Hey LinkedIn, I may or may not have this story totally correct, but I was talking about it internally here, and last year sometime I took a Disney Institute course, and in that course there was a story about Walt, and I've always been a big Walt Disney fan, like forever. Just read books on him and various different things, and I really admire him quite a bit. But there was a story about Walt early days when they were doing basically animation and shorts and these little snippets and funny cartoons and things like that. And there was an opportunity to, or Walt came across the opportunity to tell Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I think he was talking to his partners and coworkers and people who are at Disney and the animators and the team, and basically kind of told the basic story. And it wasn't really, it was getting close to dinner time, it wasn't really hitting, they weren't really in, they were kind of pushing back on it a little bit, and he was getting some resistance. And he said, okay, you know what, why don't we take a break? He gave everybody 35 cents or something like that at the time, which was a decent amount for a nice meal. Go get a nice meal, relax, come back at I think it was like 8:30 sharp or something like that. Come back at 8:30 sharp. So they went away. He got everything ready. He stayed there and got the chairs set up and everything like that. Made it look like a little bit of a theater. Had a stage. Had the lights on him. Had all the chairs set up, but they could just sit down. They came in, sat down. He gave everybody popcorn, served them all popcorn, and then he went up on stage and he animated the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from start to finish, himself playing every single character, and animating it and making it fun and being sneezy, and the dwarves and all the dwarves and everything, and just really illustrated that story for them. And at the end, they clapped and loved it, and then they went on to create the first full-length animation film. And I think that was a big part of the pushback, was nobody had done a full-length animated film, and so they thought it would be a flop or whatever. But he animated and showed it to them, and then they all got on board, and then they did it. And that movie helped really truly launch Disney. And to this day, I believe in the Burbank headquarters, they have stone statues of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, because it really anchored the company. And the moral of the story, to me anyway, or a big part of it, is like, even Walt Disney had to sell and tell a story, and I think that Steve Jobs had to, and many greats have to tell a story. And if you're just pushing a product or a what, or a dollar figure or whatever, that doesn't work. It has limited use. You really have to first, of course, identify a problem, solve a problem, but also when you're selling, you've got to really throw everything into it, and really tell a story and really sell and believe in what you're selling, of course. But sometimes you got to paint the picture for people. They don't natively see it. People often natively push back or resist, and that's okay. They do that often. So you have to paint the picture. You have to tell the story, and you have to illustrate it for people sometimes, so they can see it. So you can do the thing that's going to be great for everybody. And just because somebody says no doesn't mean that no is correct. It just means that maybe they don't know, they don't understand, they don't see it yet, they're not there yet, or whatever. And maybe you see something they don't see, and it's up to you to sort of help paint that picture. And as a company, we do a huge amount of animation, we do storytelling, we do videos, and a big part of what we're trying to do is we're trying to do that exact thing. We're trying to capture that story so it makes it easier for companies and people to sell. And it works wonderfully, and that's a crucial element to selling. So thought I'd share. Hope you like it. Any similar stories of how storytelling helped you sell or close deal? I'd love to hear it. You can leave it in the comments. Okay, thanks.